What's up, guys? The Witch Doctor. I know it's been some time. I've been on a little hiatus. I've been very busy with work and other things. I've been playing a lot of Brawl with my friends, so that's something right there, too. But, guys, I'm finally done with my white Kyurem EX deck, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I thought that I really should share it. So let's just get right into it, and I'll explain every Pokemon and stuff like that. You'll see some weird cards in here, but for me, it works. That's just for my playstyle. First off, we got a Reshiram. Reshiram itself is just pretty good because Outrage and Blue Flare, it helps. I have no problem with the energy being in the discard pile because I do run energy retrieval and other stuff like that, so it's perfectly fine. But to be honest, I don't even use Blue Flare. It's more just for Outrage, so that's just it. I have a full art Reshiram, but I like this one way better because it just looks awesome. So that's just my preference of the Reshiram. And it matches my different Kyurem. Yeah, I might as well just show Kyurem now since I said it. Yeah, see, it's a different artwork Kyurem that came from the same, came from a different box set. If you remember which ones those are, the ones that come with little figurines. That's the same Reshiram for that. But yeah, I run Kyurem, the regular one. I used to run a Kyurem EX, as you guys saw last time, but I took him out because he did absolutely nothing for me. But Glaciate and Outrage, two great moves which help a lot in the deck, and it's just good at just dishing out a lot of damage and dealing it out around the whole board, whatever place. Next are my two weird Pokemon that people would find weird. It's Frillish, and nothing special about this Frillish, but I run a Jellicent with Sickness because Strictness. I forgot. Whatever. Anyways, I run one of each in the deck because I love that ability. It raises the opponent's retreat cost in play to one more. So normally it would, okay, here's a problem with the card now. I thought of taking it out because now that Floatstone is a thing, it kind of, depletes the purpose of it. But at the same time, the reason why I kept it is because Floatstone doesn't last forever. I can easily knock out the Pokemon who has it, and once your Floatstones are gone, it's just bam. You have one higher retreat cost, and it does. I mean, if you guys look at it now, it's probably like a dead weight card and easy catcher bait. Yeah, it is. But at the same time, I run plenty of switches and other stuff like that, so it's not that bad. Jellicent has been really good in the deck. I'm not gonna lie. It actually helped me win a battle one time, so it's really good. Next is a standard card. Is a Mewtwo EX. I'm not saying he's standard, but he's in a lot of decks, and Mewtwo is basically my counter to Mewtwo or any other psychic Pokemon, which is good against Plasma decks because I only face like 3 Plasma decks with this deck, and I won 2 of them out of the 3. And Mewtwo EX has won me those 2 before because I was able to catch her in the Deoxys and X-ball them. And I actually side-drived one of them before. No. Is it? No. Okay, never mind. That was a whole completely different battle. It was a different deck that I had. It wasn't this one because this deck doesn't run Psychic Energies. It's a different deck I have. But yeah, I X-balled my way to victory with both of those Plasma battles. Really good. Next is a 2/2 line of Garchomp. And I have to say, probably the best card of the deck because it's the best search engine. And the reason why I run 2/2 is because not only do I only have 2, I used to have more Garchomps. I traded them away. But my problem with that is having more Garchomps basically just makes this a Garchomp deck. And that is what I was trying to avoid. That was the problem that I had with this deck because, as you can see later with some of the other Pokemon, this whole deck is about doing massive amounts of damage. So, there's a Garchomp. Why won't it close? There we go. Next are my other Pokemon, Altaria. This is another reason why it seems like a Garchomp deck, but I do not run that many Garchomps. So I run 3 Altarias, which is good because the Fight Song powers up Dragon type Pokemon attack by 20, which is great. Then, 3 Swablues, just whatever. I prefer the Sing one because I like putting them to sleep. And then the main card of the deck is White Kyurem EX. As you guys remember, I used to have the other one that first came out. There's nothing wrong with that other one. I actually like that one a lot because it did so much damage. It wasn't even funny. The amount of damage that card did was ridiculous. But this White Kyurem EX, this one is from Plasma Storm, I believe. In my opinion, is better because, yeah, it does lack the fact of doing 150 and then burning something, but then at the same time, I still had to discard 2 energies, and I still had to attach one before I can use Dragon Stream, which will allow me to get 1 energy from my discard pile back onto White Kyurem EX. This one I do not have to discard any energies. Slash for 3 energies is 60. It's whatever. I only use that when I'm setting up. Now, White Infernal is just the main attack of this card for 100 damage for 2 fire energies, 1 water, and 1 colorless. It's the same energy cost as the old White Kyurem EX. This does 10 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. You have a potential of doing 270 damage if you are down to your last 10 HP. Now, this attack isn't a problem because all I would need is just a few damage counters on it. I would need at least like 3, and I would be set up to go because of Altaria. Altaria raises them by 20, and usually I have at least 2 of them up. So usually my field looks a little like this. If it's set up the way I want it to be, I'd have at least 2 Altarias, 2 Gabites, and I would have to get my White Kyurem out first as my active, and then my Jellicent. Or it could be just 1 Gabite and 3 Altarias. It works like that. I've had it happen. I don't get that lucky because they'll catch her in my Altaria and knock it out, obviously. But usually 2's enough, so that's 40 more damage. So if I have at least 3 damage counters, that's already 170 right there. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you'll see with my A-Spec that it doesn't really matter. But we'll get there. So now we're on to the items. I run 1 energy retrieval because I felt that 1 was okay. Because at the time that I ran 4 before because I used the old White Kyurem where that one discarded energy, and that was a hassle because sometimes I wouldn't draw into the energy I needed to attach for the turn, and that was a problem. So it's down to 1. 1's fine. Now the main energy card item card that I use the most is Energy Switch because this helps me out a lot. A lot of the times when I'm out of switches and I need to discard energies to retreat out, this is the card I use, and it easily sets up my White Kyurem a lot faster than I normally could do it because I don't have that much of. I have the acceleration for getting the Pokemon out. I just do not have the acceleration for energies, and that's a problem. Of course it is, but Energy Switch makes it a little better. Makes it a lot easier. Next, I run 3 Pokemon catchers. I had 4. I had 4. I traded 1 away. I didn't like 4 too much, to be honest. I found myself drawing into the catchers when I really didn't need them, and that was quite annoying. I run 1 Pokemon Communication. It's just I don't really use it that often. I might take it out for an Ultra Ball, but it's just me. I don't know. Next, I run 3 switches. Of course, I need to do that. I was gonna put the 4th one in, but I like it at 3. That's just me. Okay, now we're getting into the porters, but we have 2 more trainer cards down there. Anyways, 2 silent, good, because there's a lot of times where I do not get any type of energy in my hand. I usually just get a lot of Pokemon since I don't run that many energies. So silent, great card, probably the one that saves me the most. 2 chorus. What can you say about chorus? Chorus is just amazing on its own. It allows you to get a good hand, you know, shuffle in your old hand and draw as many cards as there is Pokemon on the field, on the bench, I mean. I like tripped all over that sentence, didn't I? And 2 ends. I like 2 ends. I had 3 in there, but I had to make room for another silent, so I decided to take out one of the ends because at some point I really don't need end too much in the game. But 2's fine. 2's fine. I run 1 Juniper, and that's probably the weirdest thing about this deck, where I only run 1. First off, let me just say this too. Not first off, it's already like 11 minutes in the video. This is how I personally run the deck. This is to give you guys an example of how a white Kyurem deck can be set up. You can make up your own way of running white Kyurem EX, but this is how I run it. This is the way that I like to run white Kyurem EX. And to some of you guys, you look at this deck like it's probably horrible. How do you get anywhere in advantage? Well, a lot of playtesting, my friends. A lot of playtesting. I had float stones before. I had all these other stuff. I just decided not to put them because retreating really never seemed to be my issue. It just, I mean, yeah, capturing it in, it's a bitch and stuff like that, but it was never my issue. It wasn't that bad. So 1 Juniper. And I run 2 Skylas because I only have 2. But I think 2 is just fine in the deck. It's, you know, not that bad. 2's fine. Next will be the energies, but I have to show you my attachment cards. I run 2 Eviolites because Eviolites help immensely. Sometimes I usually put it on white Kyurem or my Mewtwo. It's usually mostly for Mewtwo, but my white Kyurem EX, it's good to have it because I don't want to take too much damage. So sometimes it's good to have it. And then my ace-spec card of the deck is Crystal Edge because if I attach this to white Kyurem EX, all his attacks do 50 more damage, and that is just amazing. My white Infernal can just devastate decks like no tomorrow. If I have 3 damage counters on white Kyurem EX, and if I put Crystal Edge down that turn, which I usually search it for Skyla, I'm doing 180 right there. I have enough damage already to knock out any EX Pokemon in the format. That was nasty, I'm sorry. I had to snort. I'm still a little sick, but it's okay. Yeah, that's basically it. That Crystal Edge is just amazing. So, here in the energies, I run, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fire, and 7 water energies, 2 fighting energies, and 2 blends. Now, I only have 2, because that's the whole reason why I have 2 fighting energies here. But once I get rid of my fighting energies and I get 2 more blends, I will take it out for this, because I feel blend energy is way better than just a 1 fighting energy. I won't lie though, at times that 1 fighting energy has saved me because I have faced decks where it ran the what was that card? Advanced Hammer, and it got rid of special energies, and I had a blend energy in my hand at one point, and I decided to say, nah, because I also had the fighting energy, and I was like, oh, I'll put down the fighting energy instead. And honestly, I would have lost that energy because he ended up having to use Advanced Hammer on my other Garchomp on the bench that had the blend. So that was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty awesome. So yeah, guys, that is it. That is my white Kyurem EX deck. I I love it. It's fun to use. I feel as if it's a very underrated deck. It's a very underrated Pokemon because not a lot of people like to use it. But Kyurem EX, guys, if this build helps, try it out. Do everything that you would want to modify it to the deck too. And if you do your own version, please do a video response for me. I would love to see your version of the Kyurem EX deck. Kyurem EX is an amazing Pokemon. I love it. That should do it for today, guys. You'll probably see another video today. You'll see my Let's Play Leaf Green. No one doesn't watch that. But anyways, yeah, I will see you guys later.